Welcome to this demo that will introduce a new component that is called prescriptions refresh job. If you take a look at the repository, it's a job that is run as a cron workflow in a deployment, and its goal is to refresh database of known aspects of Python packages. This database is hosted in thoth-station prescriptions repository. You're probably already familiar with it. So here you can find packages, and with every package you can find some YAML files that provide information about package. With this prescription refresh job, we are accumulating things about Python packages that can be automated. So if you take a look at command line interface, the master has three commands. The first one is GitHub link that aggregates information where the given Python project is hosted on GitHub. Then we have GitHub archived that is detecting if the given Python package has archived GitHub repository and warns users if that's the fact. And the third command that is listed here shows or links to release notes that are available on GitHub if a project hosts release notes on GitHub. We have also a third command that is currently waiting for a review, and that command introduces scorecards. So open source security scorecards are aggregated using this command. In the deployment, we query BigQuery, where scorecards results are available to the community, and we create corresponding prescriptions. If we want to take a look at examples, so here is an example of a prescription for this package, which says that the given package is hosted on GitHub and shows that to users. So users can directly go to GitHub where the development of the given Python project is happening. Then another example shows an archived repository. So here you can see that we have archived repository. That means the community is not active and possibly does not accept issues and pull requests. That's the behavior of GitHub. So if you have an issue or you want to submit a pull request, GitHub does not allow you to do so for archived repositories. Then we have another prescription which states that the given project is hosted on GitHub. Sorry, the release notes are hosted on GitHub. This is how it is written, but in advisor result, advisor will link you to the corresponding release notes for that specific Python package. And the newly introduced security scorecard. So you can find examples, for example, in the Flask repository. Here we have information about things that are aggregated by scorecards. So, for example, for Flask, scorecards detect that Flask is active package. Then other aspects such as automatic dependency update, binary artifacts, branch protection, CI test, fuzzing, and so on and so on. So you can find all this information in scorecards check markdown file where scorecard community states what checks they do on Python projects, and we basically aggregate all of them and provide information to users. As of now, we really provide this information to users so they see informative or warning message about the given package. So for example, here we see code review that the given project requires code review before merging into master for Flask. So that's basically it. Yes.
Frito, specifically on that information part, could you go back to the Flask example you just showed 5 seconds ago? So if the user has a software stack that is containing Flask and we're going to do Tamo's advice, we're going to see the message as part of the justification, right? So it's basically an informative message that we print out, Tamo's advice, blah, 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 blah. The Flask version 1.2.3 that you're using in your software stack, no, the community that is maintaining the Flask version 1.2.3 you're using in your software stack is requiring code review. It's basically additional information on Tamo's advice, right?
Yes. I would show it, but these prescriptions are not yet released. So
yeah, okay. Is that something where you think it might be valuable to have a web presentation of all that information? So, for example, if I say something like, "Hey Toth, give me all you know about the current Flask version," there is a little bit of information, right? If you go into the directory where your mouse is, or is it my mouse? No, it's your mouse, right? So all these prescriptions could be shown for Flask in a web user interface, correct?
Yes.
That sounds interesting because it gives them pretty easy overview of what's the current state of Flask.
That was also the purpose why prescriptions were created in this open way, so anyone can browse them and contribute to them. And regarding the website, it might be good to plug things that Gage was working on, because this is part of the justification, and that naturally integrates with what Gage worked on his intern project. In that case, it will be specific to advice that was asked by a user.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. Thanks.
Any other questions?
Maybe related to this. So, okay, this is running. I can see this very useful when you run Tamo's advice locally, let's say first time. But let's say your repo is ongoing maintenance of this. What's the workflow? Let's say one of the packages you have at some point, or one of your dependencies, or one of the dependencies that you have that you maybe don't even know, the project becomes archived. Let's say, do you see Kebechet kind of creating an issue on the repo saying, hey, this dependency that your project is using somehow had a problem? Like maybe for info level, like this type of information, not worth it, but for warning level stuff.
So once we fully switch to Tamo's or Thoth advice manager in Kebechet, then Kebechet will print these things to pull request, for example. So that's part of the software stack, right? So we do not just pin software packages, but we also provide additional information why these packages are pinned and possibly warnings. So yes, we should do that.
Pep, is your question if we can trigger something? So Flask is in full maintenance mode, and then we figure out, the repository has been archived on GitHub. That is exactly the point in time where something like opening an issue on all the projects that use Flask might make sense. Is that what you was thinking?
Yeah, that's. And actually, my question was if this is already happening, or yeah. So that's the role. Okay, I think I understand better now. That's the role of the which manager, the Tamo's manager. Sorry, I forgot already, but yeah, I think I get the idea.
Yeah, Frido, it might be a good idea to really open issues when we see issues. I mean, we need to be a little bit careful with that because spamming communities by opening GitHub issues might not be a good practice. But maybe we can find some interesting situations. For example, if something gets archived, seems to be interesting. I don't know if Scorecard is telling me that a lot of CI tests failed in the past time, something like that. Or, I mean, if you have an established code review process, it is very unlikely that you stop using that process. Maybe there are situations we see in prescriptions or combinations of prescriptions which are kind of negative. That would be valuable to open an issue, just to warn people.
Okay, anything else to this or any other question? If not, thank you.